then we have a super over, the first super over of IPL 2025. Just yesterday we were discussing IPL is IPLing, and now it has reached peak levels. I'm joined in the company of two Delhi Capitals fans who just a moment ago were jumping like rabbits here in the studio just seconds before we came live. But boy, what a game we've had. Ups and downs, missed chances, some good shots, good wickets. But what we're going to do as a change for all of you, a treat coming your way, we're going to be live through this super over. So the super over is going to be a watch along, and join us for the super over. We'll discuss each delivery, each strategy with you guys, and keep that live chat box also going. We'll keep having your comments also. So let's watch the super over together. First question. If you are Delhi Capitals, who are you sending to bat for the super over?
Definitely not Jake Fraser-McGurk.
I'm asking, who are you sending?
I'm sending Ashutosh and Vipraj.
Okay.
Ashutosh and Vipraj?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Ashutosh definitely, and it has to be Tristan Stubbs.
Yeah, I'm okay with Tristan Stubbs as well.
I was just going to do Ashutosh, Tristan Stubbs for me as well.
Three options for me: Ashutosh, Tristan Stubbs, and Akshar Patel.
Akshar will be the third guy. You need a third person.
I have a feeling it could be
Abhishek Porel.
No.
KL Rahul.
No.
It has to be one between Akshar. But I think Akshar, given the kind of knock that he played.
Third should be Vipraj, it should be Tristan, and it should be Tristan Stubbs and Ashutosh Sharma, and third should be Vipraj. Very simple. No Akshar needed, no KL. Because of them only we have reached this position.
Vipraj, again, he doesn't have... See, with the ball, he has an idea about how the wicket's behaving, but with the bat, he's not had any time. So, Akshar for me, if you want to have somebody one down...
Akshar isn't in the best of his forms with the bat.
But today, yaar.
Today also, he looked a little
Look at his strike. I think he entered with the highest
14. It's a cameo.
He still has it.
DOF says Stubbs and KL.
KL?
There he is saying...
No, KL, no.
And DOF is also saying Mitchell Starc is world class.
11.
That we'll get to later. Right now, who's coming?
At 11 crore.
Tristan Stubbs and Ashutosh Sharma.
Tristan Stubbs and Ashutosh Sharma for me as well. But it will be...
I'm happy with one thing though, in all of this. I know the toss was a bad one to lose. Ideally, as Akshar also said, he would have wanted to have a bowl first. But finally now Delhi do get to chase as well in this match, and I'm happy with that.
Okay, just picking the players that we would want them to come. Adishri is also gone with Stubbs and KL. So that's another one that we've got in terms of option. Yashraj has gone with Stubbs, but he's not. GGK says Porel and Stubbs. Porel and Stubbs. That's an interesting one. That's why I'm saying they may be thinking of a Porel as well, considering the way he started.
I know he got those 49 runs today of 36 odd deliveries, but weren't the most convincing 49 runs. Look at his dismissal. He was trying to muscle the ball a lot more than focusing on timing. I think I'm more confident in Akshar doing the job.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if Porel can actually take part in this match now because he was subbed out for Mukesh Kumar.
Then he can't.
Yeah.
Then he
can't. Technically. Yes. Good point. Okay.
But Ashutosh should be a must, I feel.
Ashutosh Stubbs.
Ashutosh Stubbs are a must. And
Stubbs on strike, Ashutosh on the non-strike.
Okay. If you are the Delhi team, who's your bowler?
Starc, of
No,
course.
just asking. Mid-Starc, all four. Okay. Now turning our attention to Rajasthan. Who are the two batters?
For me, it is going to be Dhruv Jurel and Nitish Rana. And Jaiswal being the third batter.
Jaiswal Rana.
Jaiswal for me as well. Riyan Parag?
Yeah, I feel he won't be my choice, but I think it would be Riyan Parag and Jaiswal who might just come out. For me, I'd send Sanju Samson and Jaiswal.
Sanju was retired, so he may not be there.
Injured, so he may not bat.
It looks like a strain.
But I think Dhruv Jurel has to bat.
Dhruv Jurel 3.
Yeah, Dhruv Jurel. Okay,
so maybe Riyan and Yashasvi.
Or Yashasvi and Nitish. Maybe.
So I'm not going Nitish.
Nitish, no, not
Nitish has to go.
But Nitish
not Riyan?
Not Riyan, I think Riyan could be
I'm basically looking at the current form, like this match's form, and that's why Nitish Rana.
So your 3.
Nitish and Jaiswal opening and Dhruv Jurel 3.
Riyan Parag, Jaiswal and Samson. Even though I know if not Samson, then Jurel.
Oh, Samson is retired, I think.
I'm going Yashasvi, Rana, and I'll go with Parag. I think better strike rate.
I think I'll go with Parag and Yashasvi to start with, and Jurel will be my third guy coming in. I think that's the bowler you're going to pick for Rajasthan.
Jofra Archer.
Yeah. Jofra, ideally not Jofra
Actually,
Archer. It should be Sandeep ideally, and I think it will be Sandeep because Jofra will go for those, might just go for those runs. We have seen in the depth overs, he's not that effective. It's just the new ball that he does the most of the job with, and it's not going to be a new ball. So I think it would be Sandeep Sharma as well. But Jofra Archer, I think, will be a treat for the Delhi batters.
Who do you want?
I want Sandeep Sharma.
Sandeep Sharma.
Jofra Archer.
For the sake of Delhi, I want Jofra and not Sandeep.
You.
Same though.
Okay, so you think Sandeep more dangerous than Jofra? I'm a bit surprised. I would go with Jofra if I'm in Rajasthan. And I know that Sandeep has been outstanding and he mixes it up really well with the slower deliveries and bowling wide outside the off stump. But I don't know, somewhere you just need, the best bowler, and I guess Archer has been that. Okay, quickly taking the other options that we've got. GGK says Hasaranga. I doubt with the form that he's showing that you'll go with Hasaranga. But Ashish Dar has gone with Jaiswal, Parag and Rana. Okay, that's so interesting. I think it's a mix of what we guys had also been picking. Okay, you want to answer a few questions. Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan's question. Why didn't Jurel run easy double?
It's Parag and Hetmeyer.
There you go.
Parag
No
had to be
Yashasvi.
there.
But no Yashasvi.
I think he'll be the third one.
But he's an opener.
But
Ahead. I don't know how both of these guys go.
Parag had to come. There was no second. I think Rajasthan Royals' first pick, they would have blindly picked a Parag. He had to be there.
Yeah, I think my first pick would have been
Jaiswal.
Yashasvi.
Yeah,
Even for me also, it would have been Jaiswal and Parag
Yeah.
though for me as well. But Rajasthan had to. I don't think they would have thought much.
No, but here is your opinion.
My
Dev.
opinion also Parag. I
Rajasthan
think-
made him captain also, which
You'll
you
also take
may not have
Parag
agreed
ahead of
with.
Jaiswal.
No. I'll take
I'm asking your opinion.
Parag ahead of Jaiswal.
What is it that you would have done?
I would have had Parag and Jaiswal
So
both.
we want to know
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that.
So Parag and Jaiswal both. But if a choice
the
between
cameras
Parag and
also.
Jaiswal, would you go?
I'd also personally go with Parag.
Jaiswal.
Parag's not got a. I mean, I know this is just one over.
Yeah,
This
that's
entire
right. Doesn't have
IPL, he
50.
has not even gone past 40 something.
43.
Jaiswal's got like two big,
250s and today also blistering.
two big, and at decent rate. I'm a bit surprised. I know that they may have gone with a lefty righty, but then that lefty righty could have been a Jaiswal and Parag.
I think it's more about who you trust more
Yeah.
in hitting ability.
But Hetmeyer has been batting at number 7. You have not trusted him to come and bat higher up. He's been batting at 7, and you go with him for a super over. I'm not sure. Even this game, I think, if he was such a big hitter, should have finished this game easily for you. He was unable to do that. So I'm a bit surprised.
Stark, it had to be.
Stark, it had to be. There was a suggestion about Kuldeep, and I understand where that suggestion comes from. Kuldeep has been their best bowler by far. But that last over, defending 9 runs by mid Stark, he did a Kartik Tyagi, effectively. Kartik Tyagi defended 6 only.
Yeah.
He defended
And
9.
they won also. It didn't go in
Let's
the
go
super
then.
over that day.
Start with the ball.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
ball.
it's not really easy to do that. It's a
What
There you
ball
go.
to start with.
Look at a Hetman.
Jaiswal then. Jaiswal and Parag would have been a better
Any
option.
day I said
Yeah.
that. Any day. Hetmeyer has not been doing anything so far. So on what basis?
Who of us had Hetmeyer? I did not have. You also did not have. You also did not have.
None of us had
None of us.
Hetmeyer.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then questions need to be asked if Rajasthan do not get the required
We've
runs.
seen the comment section as well. Many saying it's not the.
No, but as of now, the captain of Rajasthan Royals is Riyan Parag only because Sanju is injured.
No.
So
That doesn't mean he can be captain.
You never know. He
Captain
must have
will be-
taken this call.
No.
You never know.
Injury, he's retired hurt. He's not out of this game. He's retired hurt from this. So it is
unless he made an
obviously.
exit out of
No.
the stadium like Jasprit Bumrah did in the BGT.
He's-
WWE style.
Doesn't matter. Even then you will check with him. He's retired hurt. He's not gone out of the game. So Sanju remains the captain.
Oh.
Again a Yorker.
But
This
he
time
nailed
he's got
this
it for
one.
a 4. Nailed
Just
it. But I'm
missed it
surprised
by
that they didn't have fielders there. What sort of a field was
and
that?
that too, when you're bowling Yorkers, you are supposed to have a mid wicket deep, that's for sure. If your plan is to bowl Yorkers, maybe plan was something else, Stark bowled something else, that's not possible.
And one thing is for sure that Jaiswal is going to be the third batter for RR. He's padded up.
Yeah,
was
no, I think they would have
perfect
probably
job,
have two guys lefty righty. Could be Jurel comes in for Parag.
It could, yeah, it's
And,
possible. But in the frame, I saw Jaiswal throw. I thought that he
But
would
what
be the
lefty
one.
righty in
Oh,
6?
clearly they've done that. I agree with you. In this,
But
it
then
doesn't
that
matter.
lefty should have been Jaiswal in the first.
In this, it actually, you're right. Lefty righty doesn't matter because there's no going to be bowling change that somebody else comes
middle
on.
overs, nothing. No, what rhythm will you?
Then why in the hell would you have gone with
Who should
that?
go to the field?
Very
Single.
good, very good.
5 of 3, it's a great
One
start.
mid wicket they should take.
Yeah, great start.
One mid wicket there.
KP is back.
I think anyways Delhi, because they came out from a situation that the momentum is anyways with Delhi. They would be a happier team at the with the result of a tie.
Chaitanya Bagga thinks that Sandeep will be the guy.
Yeah.
All that both Delhi fans also will be happier if Jofra bowls.
Yeah, much happier.
With the kind of pace that he bowls, where the little edge also flies for a boundary. With Sandeep, that's not the case. And I look at it this way: he has a better ability of nailing the Yorker. He's done that in the past.
Yeah, now they've
His death
taken.
bowling is really.
But I'm going to go by the current form, like of this match. And Jofra Archer took the most wickets, looked the most lethal out of both Archer and Sandeep. So better to go with
good
them.
options. Yeah, they've got
Chili
two.
Paneer wants Nitish Rana.
So I think there's a short ball coming. There's too many fielders on the leg side.
No, it could be a Yorker as well.
Yamandeep Soni
Yeah,
says
short
wrong
ball, yes.
move by the Rajasthan Royals
Straight
management.
on the legs.
It had to be.
Oh.
He gave him a full toss, yaar. He had to do nothing. A full toss outside off stump, and you've got the entire offside field up in the circle. It had to go. And I don't believe in this field because there is a chance when you're going for a Yorker, and especially outside the off stump, there is a chance that an edge will fly there. You need to have a third man
He's already
back.
given away more runs than he did in the 20th over that he bowled.
But then why don't, if the plan was he trying to outfox the batter with the left field and going for the outside off stump Yorker?
I think this was just bad execution because as we saw as well, there's not a lot of pace that the pitch also has to offer. I think anything under 15 Delhi should be happy.
Gautam Krishna is saying RR is missing the ramp shots of Butler.
They're missing a lot about Butler.
No ball.
Oh, that's a close call. But touching. It's touching.
Yeah, it's touching. Yeah.
If it touches the line, it does become like that. There you go. For all the good work that he did, he's undoing all of that.
Bapu seems confused.
And a free hit. There you go.
On the line.
Yeah. It's touching the line. It's a no ball.
Belongs to the umpire.
Yes. It's touching. And then that's a no ball and a free hit. And what a poor delivery.
Wide. Gone. But this is still good for Delhi.
Yeah.
1 wicket is good.
But actually, what was Riyan Parag doing? He needs to run. But he wanted to obviously face the free hit. So he didn't want to run only. Hetma did the right thing. No, if there is a run, you get two. You get a wide and you get another run. And he takes the strike. Of course it is a wide. It's a wide and he ran. See, he's reached.
He
He's
was
the
actually
danger end.
backtracking.
Our man is saying, no, I have to play the free hit. It's a wide, it'll come again.
One more wicket, and I think you're back in the game. 10 to
This is not a wide, actually.
Yeah, it is.
I think it has hit his front pad.
Because this ball has been counted.
Yeah, it's not a wide. A free hit, but not a wide.
So the only way you could have gotten out.
Every time he laughs like that, his team ends up.
No,
in
they
a
end
mess.
up winning the last time.
You laughed when. Who got the over?
Krunal.
Krunal Pandya.
got the over.
Mumbai Indians.
But Chili Paneer makes a valid point. Bowling 2 back-to-back overs is tough and to nail them. That's also not really easy.
Still a commendable job by STARC so far.
Wait till the over gets done.
So far.
Come on, one more.
They counted that ball. I thought that was a wide.
Clipped, I think it just
It clipped the front pad.
Which is why you saw
They had
KL
to
as
really
well
good.
go up in.
They should have taken a review. RR could have. They have
did
one
not.
review in the super overs.
Hetty on strike. And
Oh, boy.
Must be a
looks
fielder there.
just to
This
be a
time, see,
single.
Yes, yes.
see the same
Christian
fielder.
Stubbs.
Out.
gone.
That's out.
Yeah,
That
this
is out.
That is out.
That
12.
is
Come
11
on,
runs.
12 needed.
12 needed to win.
Done.
11 runs, 12 needed
You're
to
good.
win.
Yeah.
11 runs, 12 needed to win. 11 runs, 12 needed to win. That is it.
Can you print that?
You can print it. I'm naked eye, it's out.
Yeah.
It is out. You can see the replay. It is out. A man is gone. The man is gone. There you
Not
go.
even in the
not even in the
frame.
frame.
Told you it's gone.
Sometimes runouts need to go away as well.
Gone. It's gone. So 12.
On the 15 team batting second in a super over, 9 times out of 10 you back them.
Ooh.
So still Sandeep Sharma for you guys, or you're going to change and
Sandeep.
make a change?
I'd want Jofra.
See, they've
but
already made a
Sandeep
mistake,
for
I think.
Okay.
They've already made a mistake with that opening pair that they went with.
I'm still
Or
going
the
to
super
stick
over
with
pair.
Jofra Archer.
I said so. Big mistake, Riyan Parag, who he was playing him ahead of everyone else, and Hetmeyer. Yashasvi Jaiswal, my friend. Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Doesn't get to face a ball.
Terrible call. Terrible call. Whoever
But I
decided.
know Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, but then that's a
Wonder
wrong
why.
decision. You were not Rajasthan Royals.
No.
You had a choice.
The only-
You also put no.
My
Later
reason
I
for that.
asked you.
I stand by what I said. The reason for my decision was at 6 balls I would want to go with somebody who has the better hitting ability.
How many runs? What better at
Hitting ability is very different. to
8 runs.
Runs.
8 runs is what Riyan Parag got today. And how many runs did Yashasvi Jaiswal get?
50.
Oh, by the way, guys, I
Do I
forgot
need to say more? 350s
Yeah.
in this IPL. And hitting ability also, so you have to see the form as well, yeah? Unfortunately, no form there for Riyan
By the way,
Parag.
since you guys know, I got this from the franchise. There's something I got from PSL as well.
That is a pump to fill air.
No.
No, it's a trimmer.
It's a trimmer.
Trimmer they didn't get, they got a hair dryer.
Also, hair dryer, trimmer, toothbrush. That's the series. No.
You know, your
Very
terrible,
mean.
I'm going to be honest here, your terrible reminded me of stupid.
And it happened organically. Now I can tell you how Mr. Gavaskar also would have
what a
said it.
comeback.
I watched
by
the video
Stark
of that
again.
multiple times.
Just one bad ball by Stark in the whole over.
One bad ball by Stark, 2 bad decisions by Rajasthan Royals.
Now, if Delhi from here should not lose, from where they have come now they should not lose these 2 points.
They should
10
not.
points, top of the table.
You'll say the same if KL comes out to bat.
No, he won't. We know.
If he does.
No,
If he does.
If KL comes out to bat, the smile is going to be wiped from his face. That's for sure. It's happening.
I'll back it.
I think you'll send KL right now.
Even if they decide to.
Yeah, even back.
It won't be. It
back
won't.
even I will back him
It
because he's
won't be
playing for DC.
It won't qualify to be a blunder, as I think.
No. I think
RR
it
won't-
might just be a
He
blunder.
won't be, but the man is in form for you.
Tushar Deshpande. Tushar Deshpande is going to bowl.
Oh my god.
No. He's rubbing his hand for fielding, yeah. He has to run in the outfield catch and
Akash Madwal is already there, so
They would've-
substitute fielder. I don't think Sanju is going to be there. Yeah, Dhruv Jurel is keeping, so no Sanju.
So
no,
yeah,
that
yeah,
we knew.
with the strain,
There's
he's not going to
not
be
a
fielding.
surprise at all. Sanju retired hurt. He walked out.
So Parag-
So he was clearly not going to be batting. Or in that sense, by the way, if he was fit, he would have come out to bat for sure. You had to go with a Sanju Samson to come out and bat in a super over. The fact that he didn't come means he won't be there. So Jurel now keeping. And
Captain for the super over, Parag.
for the super over, huh?
Yeah,
He'll make all.
Sandeep Sharma it is.
Yeah, has to be. That's the
Looks
smartest
like.
decision. I hope they do one more blunder and get Jofra Archer. I think that will be the final seal.
If Jofra comes now, they'll defend it.
No.
If without Jofra, you're losing it.
Sandeep it is.
It is Sandeep. Yes.
Mr. Bond is
No,
there. Bond as the coach.
I don't like what I'm seeing right now.
Sandeep Sharma.
Doesn't give me a good feeling.
So you think Sandeep is going to defend this? Well, if he defends this, then you should, as a Delhi fans, say that your team deserves to lose. then you have to accept it.
To be very honest,
If you're not going to chase this, no matter who it is,
See,
honestly, Delhi already deserved to lose. To be very honest, the way they batted, I think those problems we will be talking about after the game. But if they pull this off, I think that will be great for the whole campaign. But that doesn't mean that deserving team on the day. I think it's Rajasthan only. But still, because I'm a
if
fan,
it's the kind of over that you saw from Trent bowled the other day, all 6 of them were Yorkers. 17th over that he bowled on Sunday. If it's that kind of an over, then you don't hold your team too responsible as well if it's that kind of quality. But the kind of full toss that you saw that Parag got, if those looseners you end up don't punishing, then you hold the team far more guilty.
yeah, but I don't know. Okay, we'll get to the Delhi batting a little later. But also you leaked a lot of runs. Who bowled the penultimate over at that time? Mohit leaked those many runs. I think 24 in 12 balls was very tough considering the situation and the pitch. Stubbs had to come out.
Yeah, and should be Ashutosh unless Delhi take inspiration from Rajasthan and make a
Ashutosh too will make sure that he will.
mistake of equal measure.
Stubbs and
No, it has to be Ashutosh.
Yeah.
Shashwat must be hoping it's not KL Rahul.
It won't be.
No, it won't be.
Jake Fraser McGurk.
No, please.
No way. He's
No, please.
terribly out of form.
He tried to hit a no-look shot where he got out.
It looked like
Is he
look.
gone inside?
Matthew Mott.
No, they're still deciding. Jake Fraser McGurk is coming or KL Rahul is coming.
If JFM is the one to walk out, I am leaving the studio and going to Pirusha Kotla to go have a chat with the management.
You'll take your car,
Yeah.
go straight,
Speed across.
and no, run your car into the team bus when it's coming in anger.
Ashutosh.
Okay.
Okay. Common sense prevailing.
Yeah.
You actually thought they were going to send Jake Fraser McGurk.
No, not Jake Fraser McGurk. I was more scared about KL. Thank you.
So if that would have happened, you would have driven your car, and anyway, your car has had previous history of.
KL.
KL is number 3.
KL. Or he could be.
No, next.
No.
He's
Arre, right now,
No, I
it
think KL
is
is
KL
coming
and
with
Stubbs.
Tristan Stubbs.
It is KL and Stubbs. Ashutosh is number 3.
How are you feeling now? Please tell. Please.
Ashutosh is number 3.
Shashwat. Ashutosh is number 3. Yes. KL.
I'm fine. You got to back the players. He's
even
been
I am
your
backing, I am
informed
also
batter. He's been
backing.
your. While I agree that the one to possess more firepower is clearly Ashutosh, and it'll be interesting to know why they went with this pair. But it's not a bad pair at all.
Mr. Hellicious has a good point. Why not a Karun Nair? Today though he got run out.
You have
No, I'm
one-
just saying because none of us also even spoke about him.
One Karnataka boy has come out to bat. Na?
No, but in general, none of us spoke about him. Could have been not a bad option. Today he got run out. Otherwise, he was.
Maybe because he hasn't had any game time. Perhaps that's why on this pitch.
Not a great idea to go with someone who
scored those
almost
89.
scored run a ball today.
No, but he scored 89 on this pitch only. On this pitch.
No, on this ground.
On this
Strip
ground,
is
not on
different.
the same pitch. But not a great idea to go with.
But
someone
I
like
don't know.
KL
Maybe see today, as you saw, most other batters are also struggling to up the ante. So maybe the pitch wasn't that easy. See, you had a situation where even the Delhi team, Thikshana has been subbed for fielder. That's just for fielding impact. No? They can do that. Priyanshu says 12 isn't a big deal. Even KL can chase it. Which is actually,
I hope he does.
you actually don't need to go bang in this.
Exactly.
Chasing 12, sensible.
I think that's the idea, that you don't want both players bang.
But doubles when they tried to take 3 times back to back last time.
No,
you saw
they'll
what
have
happened.
they'll have to try and hit a boundary, but you don't have to muscle the ball. Is what I'm saying. This is all about finding a gap, hitting a boundary.
One boundary will do the job.
Exactly. Okay, prediction.
Delhi winning.
Delhi.
Nail biter, Delhi winning.
Delhi winning.
Slower ball. Yeah, as you expected from a Sandeep Sharma. 2, I think they'll go for. Yeah. 2 it is.
Yeah. Bad throw.
One more.
Bad.
Arre.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Shashwat.
You've been to the stadium. You know it's not that big.
One misfield and it's just landed near the keeper. They can't run. This is not gully cricket. You
Look at
can.
how he's playing this.
No, but it's a slower
No,
delivery.
but one thing is
They
for
should
sure.
wait and hit, na.
Sandeep versus Rahul, it's experience versus
I think we've
experience.
seen the delayed broadcast. That's
Yeah.
what everyone's pointing as well.
Okay, come on.
10 left. 5 balls.
See, when somebody saying 6 has he hit? What if he just hits 2 sixes back to back now?
Hey, we can't be that behind.
What if he hits 2 back to back?
So he can. He can.
Okay, Ashish Dhar is saying KL stands for Kar Lega.
Kar lega. See, this field set as
What
well
is he doing here?
is a lot better than the field set Delhi I think went with. It's more evenly spread.
Shashwat's anxiety is reaching another peak.
Okay, 10 needed a 5. Next up, Sandeep Sharma. Slow ball again. What a shot!
Yes,
What a shot! That's
no
4.
protection there.
What a
One
shot!
bounce and
Half the
into
job
the
done.
fence. Half the job done.
Rahul, yaar.
What a shot!
6 of 4.
Now it's done.
And see, this
Let's
is
see.
where the experience of a KL comes in. Slow delivery, see how he's played it.
Yeah, he knew the fielders were all there on the leg side. There was only one man fielding on the offside, and yeah, just places the ball
Perfect shot. Saw the
Almost went
field.
for a
right over.
No, that's what he did a puff saying could have been a 6. Then a 4. You would have been needing
Shut up.
4 of 4 then.
Another boundary coming up.
KL 1 shot away from
What do you finishes with the 6?
winning another match for DC.
Again goes
Not
for
bad,
that.
not
gap.
bad.
Okay.
Stubbs.
Yeah, 5 of 3. See, that's what I was saying with Sandeep as well. Now you know the slower ball is coming. Whereas with the Archer, he'll beat you for pace. You don't know. It's not in your control. See, there's a
assisting that much pace.
But I'm just saying there's a flip side to it. He can go for runs also. There's a other side to it. He'll beat you also. With Sandeep, he won't beat you.
He
Yeah,
won't
you
beat-
can sky one.
He's the one to outfox.
So you'll sky one.
Yeah.
That will what will happen. You're trying to hit a boundary and you sky one in your court.
Yeah,
Something like
agreed.
that. That's the difference. For a low total, I still feel an out and out pacer. Just go for it. Yeah, biggest total like a 19-18, then maybe not Jofra, go with a Sandeep.
Oh, yeah, he's done it.
Done.
Big 6.
Easy peasy.
Wins it for Delhi Capitals.
Easy peasy.
13 runs.
Easy peasy for
10
the
points.
Delhi Capitals.
Guess who's the leader?
Give each other a hug. Come on.
Guess
yeah.
who's the leader of this points table?
Well done, Delhi Capitals. And finally, they have their mentor
What
as
bach
well.
gaye, yaar? I was gone. What bach gaye? From where? Yes, and now it gives us plenty of time to look back, and I feel like drinking so much right now. What I can't elaborate on, but yeah, it's just a lot of relief from the time that Delhi were caught in a situation. It's a good recovery. It's good to be on the top of the table.
Saas mein saas hai.
So we finally see the mentor has also reached back. The Delhi mentor in Kevin Peterson, who had been missing for the last 2 games, is now back. Celebrations in the Delhi camp. The star of the show, of course, will have to be Mitch Starc for the final over that he bowls, and then the super over that he bowls. He actually set up this game for Delhi. Of course, lots of questionable decisions from the Rajasthan camp, and we're going to take up all those decisions one by one. Thanks if you were part of our broadcast live while we were showing the super over as well. But first things first, before we dive into all the big questions about this game, I must say, overall, for the IPL, what our last 4-5 days we've had. Yeah, you had the
It started a
high scoring SRH encounter. You had the the Chennai Super Kings, who was struggling with a MS Dhoni finishing off a chase, and then you have the low scoring thriller where PBKS defends the lowest total ever, and now you have a super over. Fair to say IPL 2025 has well and truly arrived.
Now is the time for another poll. The better match.
Yesterday's or today's?
Yesterday's or today's. I think yesterday's could still be the winner.
I would still vote for the yesterday one. I would, because this was a game where there was a few mistakes that led to it, whereas yesterday's game was pure cricket. It was the triumph of one team outfoxing the other team. So I would still vote for that. Okay, let's get down to questions one by one, and maybe the errors that Rajasthan would have made. Let's start with Rajasthan's, and we're going from the latest to the earlier one. Them sending Shimron Hetmeyer to the super over and Riyan Parag to the super over. Pray tell me, what do you think would have been the logic? Because I fail to understand that. If Delhi have won because of a mid-STARK, then Rajasthan have lost for a few blunders that they have made, including the one with Parag and Hetmeyer walking out.
See, I don't agree with the two choices that Rajasthan had, and even if you really wanted to open with someone in this super over, it should have been the two best batters of Rajasthan Royals in this particular match, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Nitish Rana. Both played spin very well also, even tonked the pace bowlers. So that's where I think RR made the biggest mistake in this match. You would have wanted to go with someone who were in good form in this particular match. Both scored 50s. Now Shimron Hetmeyer, I don't think that he was as effective as he usually is as a T20 batter. He hasn't been so far in IPL 2025. So that's where I think RR did make the mistake. But overall, I think it's just poor, I would say, judgment of things.
Shashwat believed that Riyan Parag was the right choice. We'll allow him to explain himself.
I also, not just Riyan Parag, I also understand the reason for sending a Shimron Hetmeyer ahead of a Yashasvi Jaiswal. Ideally, for me, my two openers would have been Riyan Parag and Yashasvi Jaiswal. And for the simple reason, what I'm trying to say, that I know on the given day, better batter, it was Yashasvi Jaiswal. He's now again started to show signs of his form, and he's known to be that destructive batter. But I think that comes with that consistency as well. Why he sort of is recognized is such a way ahead of a Riyan Parag and others. But when it's about a super over, I think it's about the hitting ability at your will. How often can you do that at your will? It's about that. And I think Riyan Parag over there was a little ahead of the other batters in that battle.
I don't see even in hitting on will, Riyan Parag is ahead of Yashasvi Jaiswal. I don't know what is the basis of that. Yashasvi Jaiswal has every stroke in the book. He's got 350s this IPL, and Riyan Parag doesn't have a single 50. I agree it's a super over, but doesn't form count for anything. When we say 50, it's not just an accumulation of those half centuries. It is also talking about the way you're connecting the ball or how good your form you are in. Just because, you perceive a batter to be a better hitter, I don't think Yashasvi Jaiswal, even while batting on top, scores at any pace which is less than, a Riyan Parag. And even a Shimron Hetmeyer, I'm sorry, the team, if they really believed in his ability, then on situations, we see other teams, Akshar Patel sometime coming up or a Rinku Singh coming up, whatever, they do that to ensure that their best batter gets the time. If they believe in their hitting ability, they send them higher up the order to hit. Rajasthan Royals does not believe in a Shimron Hetmeyer and don't even bat him higher than number 7 on any situation. Then how does that sudden belief come that he'll do well in super over? I'm sorry, whoever made this decision, it's a blunderous decision, and we're not saying it in hindsight. If this is a live broadcast that has continued from the time the super over was on, even there I thought, see, ideally your best pairing would have been Sanju Samson, Yashasvi Jaiswal. Best pairing. Sanju Samson got retired hurt, was not available, he goes out, I can understand. And in that situation then you have to look for somebody else. But clearly that, I don't know. I mean, Riyan Parag, between Hetmeyer and Riyan Parag, I may still go with a Riyan Parag. But Yashasvi Jaiswal not starting was the biggest.
So I look at two ways of selecting your pair in a super over. One is form on the day, and second is form through the tournament. On both those metrics, the pairing had to be something else and not the pairing that they went with, because your performers on the day or people with form on the day were a Rana and there was Yashasvi Jaiswal. Ideally, for that logic, these two should have been there. If you wanted something else and you wanted to consider the batter who's had form throughout, then Yashasvi Jaiswal comes up top because I think he's got the most runs. And then perhaps you could have thought of a Riyan Parag because he's been your second or the third best batter. He's always gotten you 25 odd runs. Shimron Hetmeyer perhaps doesn't make it because whatever times that he's batted, he's not shown enough confidence. Yes, he's got the ability. We know that whenever he's played international cricket or franchise cricket, he comes in with this reputation of somebody who can clear the boundary. But he's had his share of troubles as well while trying to clear the boundary, and it's not always happened. We've seen him switch franchise every year and he doesn't have a stable base for a reason. and not you've not seen form from him this season either. So to open with him, I understand he was the last batter, so he knows the conditions and he's in that zone a little more than the others, and he was in the thick of things. But it didn't make sense on both those metrics, as I said. Form on the day, form in the tournament, on both those metrics didn't make sense.
I'll just tell you what I feel over here. Why the perception of a batter really matters in such situations is that Yashasvi Jaiswal, we have not seen him. You know what? When it would be coming down to the nets, Yashasvi Jaiswal is used to having pace on the ball, exploiting the power play conditions, as in where the wicket is fresh, ball is new, and the bowlers are giving pace. Over here, when it comes to playing in a super over, you can get all kinds of deliveries, and a Riyan Parag, a Shimron Hetmeyer are practicing this simulations that they're doing in the net.
Who did Delhi send? KL Rahul. What is he? A top order batter.
But
did he struggle?
No.
And more importantly, man in form.
Did he struggle?
But he comes in the middle order as well. And also the target was 12. If it would have been 15, 16, maybe we would have seen an Ashutosh Sharma come out.
No, but you're not getting my point. But he comes in the middle order at number 4. No, how much difference does he make? He's not a number 7 batter like a Hetmeyer. That only he can. There's a slower ball, there is this. I can't understand. You are trying to tell me a Yashasvi Jaiswal cannot hit a 20 overall ball. He bats in longer format of the game where the ball gets much more soggier. He knows how to hit. He'll hit at any stage of the match.
Yeah, ideally
and he has all shots. I cannot believe that you are defending a decision to send out of form Hetmeyer and out of form Riyan Parag ahead of the man in form, ahead of a man who's getting runs, ahead of a man who's known to get runs quickly. And it's good that Rajasthan, and that's why I said the proof of the pudding is in eating it, and we saw them do it and we all see the result. What has happened? What Delhi did, got the right batters to go at that situation and they finished the game. You send the wrong batters at the wrong time. You've gotten 11 runs, probably the lowest that anyone would have to defend in a thing. Let's start turn our attention to the bowling then. Was it a right call to go with a Sandeep Sharma when you have someone like a Jofra Archer in your hand?
I don't think
Delhi fans wanted Jofra because they thought they will win, but all they got was Sandeep. And with Sandeep bowling, you finished the game in what, three balls?
See, even I wanted Jofra Archer to do the job for Rajasthan Royals, but even if Sandeep Sharma came in, it wasn't a bad option at all. He has done it in the past against the likes of Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni also, and he could have done it today also. But then the point here was, as I pointed during the watch along, that it was experience versus experience, and KL finally showed it, that what does it feel to face someone like a Sandeep Sharma and maybe go for his shots at a time when it was needed the most. Earlier we were actually talking about the fact that his 38 of 32 could have actually cost Delhi Capitals the game, but he reversed it in no time by showing all his experience against Sandeep. So that's where I feel that the decision wasn't a bad one by Rajasthan Royals. It's just that Sandeep was up against someone who has played more international cricket than him, who has faced more tough situations than him.
But you knew that, right? That this is what is happening. You saw the batters walking. So if you're saying experience is the thing, why not go with a Jofra? Like why I'm saying with a Jofra, especially for a low scoring encounter, you needed a bowler who can lose your game, who can go for a few runs, but can defend this sort of a total. With Sandeep, what I'm saying is that he will not probably go for as many runs that Jofra can in an over, but he may also not be able to defend just 11 because you know that he's going to bowl a few slower deliveries. Like KL realized at that time, he took one double and one single. So he knew and squeezed in a boundary in the middle. And that's the game. With a Jofra, you can be in a situation that out and out pace, or he bowls a couple of short pitch delivery, which you just don't connect. And you get those dot balls. So, and maybe who knows, he'll get your stumps flying and you're just down to 1 wicket left. There's a chance of a Jofra who can do it at a low scoring encounter, and you had the chance to change that because you saw the batters coming out, right? You can pick the bowler bases on the batsman. That in mind, I don't know. I would have gone with a Jofra.
I think over there also they use the same approach, that who's more likely to defend those runs, because Jofra Archer is not considered to be one of the best depth bowlers in the IPL so far. It's been Sandeep Sharma who's been doing the job for them till now, and I think that is why the decision was going to be Sandeep Sharma, and that's what I also felt at the midpoint of the super overs.
Good, they had that same thinking. 3 balls, the game was done.
And then, there would have been a wrong decision even had they gone with Jofra Archer. They had 2 very good options. Yes, you have a point when you say in recent memory we've seen Sandeep Sharma get the better of somebody with more experience than KL Rahul also in Mahendra Singh Dhoni. But that times he had to defend 20 runs and 21 runs respectively.
Exactly.
So there were more runs over there. But even then, and I know he came close a couple of times. This one time, I think the victory margin was 4-5 runs. This other time as well, it wasn't. The match got close. But it would have been very hard, I think, for you to have said no to Sandeep as well. Wouldn't have been a wrong decision because
I'll tell you why.
He can get the Yorker as well. His slower one is really deceptive.
I can play percentage cricket against him. All I'm saying is he's not going to beat me as a batter. He'll outfox me. Now when I need 20, then he can outfox me because I have no option but to go for my hit. And then his change of pace or his slower bouncer, he outfoxes me, and in my attempt to clear the boundary, I'm out. When I know it's a low total, where I don't need to muscle the ball, I can play. Then with the ability that he has at 128, or he'll slows it down to 110, he's not beating me.
But the other side,
he may be outfoxed. I'm not
the
trying
other side
to...
of looking at Jofra Archer also is, I think it's a sword.
It's a gamble.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's a sword that cuts both ways. While he can beat,
No.
but half an edge also on the ball in this
But that's
stadium
what I'm saying.
where one of the boundaries is just 60 meters. It just flies across.
But Harshit, that's what I'm saying. With a Archer, I have a 50% chance of winning, a 50% chance of losing. He'll leak those runs in 3 balls, or he'll save me that thing. I agree. With a Sandeep Sharma at 11 runs, I have a 90% chance of losing because I'll play safe cricket and win. Yes, bigger total 18,
Sandeep
19. I would have 100% gone with Sandeep, not a Jofra Archer, because I know Jofra can leak that much. Sandeep will not. He'll outfox you. You're trying to hit him, he'll outfox you. I think in a lower total, big gamble. Anyway, that is water under the bridge. That's gone. Now to the big question. Dhruv Jurel, penultimate ball. Shimron Hetmar called for a 2. He did not take it. Could have been a 2. Jurel said, I'll take the strike. 1 run, the difference in the end.
That catch dropped by Tikshna also. And when we thought that the run wasn't taken, Ashutosh did manage to cross over.
No, but that's previous. I'm talking about this for now.
Margins. But we've seen that happen in the past as well, where batters give themselves a better chance. We saw it in the super over. Riyan Parag also didn't want to switch ends, but he was forced to take that run, and Shimron Hetmar then went across. So at times if you're somebody who bats top 4, 5, 6, then you feel you're an able batter and you sort of forget who's there at the other end. And Dhruv Jurel has had a couple of better knocks, at least noteworthy knocks, when compared to Shimron Hetmar. I think it was all coming from that place where he backed himself more.
So no problem for you.
Fine.
I think that usually happens with batters who usually do this job for their team in
But
death overs.
Hetmar is the other batter.
Yeah, but
I can understand Jurel refusing a tail ender.
In case of Dhruv Jurel, I think he has been given that added responsibility now, is playing all the matches for Ara. So maybe he thought that he could get the job done for them. So I don't think it was a poor decision at all.
I think it was a poor decision. I think that run should have been taken. That would have changed the game completely. They would have needed just one of the last delivery then. And from there, they would not have lost that game. That would have been for sure. So just not giving the strike, I didn't understand the logic behind that. That too at a stage when just 2 runs were required. At that point, not going for that second run, it really didn't make sense. I do understand if the over was starting, you were chasing 18, 19, Hetmar wasn't timing the ball really well. That I understand. That would have been a different thing. Then Jurel would have wanted to stay on that end because he, on the given day, on the given moment, was timing the ball well. But when it came down to just a couple of runs, literally, then it really does not make sense. What you just wanted to be the hero. I don't think that would be the case over here. No player would want to put the game on the line just to become the hero for that on that given day. But I don't understand the thought process behind it.
And also there was no risk, in the sense there was a risk of getting run out at best, but it wouldn't have mattered, right? We had enough wickets in your hand. So you could have taken that particular chance as well, is what I thought you could have. But then also Harshit makes a valid point that this way every run, if you see Tikshana dropped a catch the last ball of the previous innings, that could have, and they got a run. So had he not dropped that catch, 1 run would have been less. So You know, they could have won
No, but
anyway.
But just like that, if Samir Rizvi instead of saving that 6 would have taken that catch, Dhruv Jurel would not have hit that other 6. That hit of Mohit Sharma.
That's what I'm saying. So there are so many variables. I think the biggest difference maker right now, and I think a lot of people may have missed it, but the match would have been dead and buried pretty earlier in the innings of Rajasthan Royals, where there is this leg before shout, Akshar Patel bowling to Nitish Rana. I kid you not, I'm watching it on live screen. It is looking out to me and I'm saying, take the review. He asks KL Rahul, who refuses it. I don't know. I mean, I didn't have, unlike some of my colleagues, I did not have problem with KL Rahul's batting, and we'll get to that. But that decision of KL Rahul to refuse a DRS, I think that could have cost them the match, because he was sitting on 30 or something at that time, and he would have been out, Nitish Rana. They would have struggled. The required run rate was increasing, and from there on he went berserk. The next 15-20 runs that he got were in double quick time.
A boundary or two that followed.
So it just completely changed that game, one decision. And you had, I think, still 2 reviews left at that time. What are you going to take the 2 reviews home? He's standing up in the front. From a naked eye, I can see it here. It's plumb out. Go for it. Ask it. And I'll tell you what, more than KL Rahul, I'm going to blame Akshar Patel for this. I'll tell you, he's the bowler, and 2, he's the captain. Sometimes you don't have to be the nice guy being a captain. Sometimes you have to be the guy who takes the tough call. Sometimes you have to be the guy who puts himself first or the team first and does not listen. If you thought it was out, because after that they cut to his face and he did seem like, yeah, I knew that it is out, but you are the captain. No, take it. I'm saying if MS Dhoni would have been a bowler at that time, even if the keeper would have said something, if he believed in, he would have said, no, I'm taking it. Virat Kohli, if he was the bowler and he had got this and the keeper said no, he would have taken it. So somewhere, I think that, so all I'm saying is that there are many moments in the match which just could have turned the match.
That you look at that chance as well. I'm going back to the first innings. So Sanju Samson doesn't realize there was an edge of Porel. Doesn't appeal. No, neither the bowler appeals nor the keeper appeals. Archer was the bowler.
But Porel after that got out very soon after that.
Given the fact that this match was decided on 1 run. So even if he scored 3 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs, I don't know, he was already in his 30s eventually. He scored 49 though. But yes, in a game of fine margins, that also could have been decisive. So many points over here because the margins, the margin of victory has been extremely slender.
Okay.
Can we have a look at the points table?
The Delhi fans.
There's 3 more games to go.
Actually, I'd say 2, and you're assured.
No, at 14 you're not assured.
So
now you're at 10 now.
Yeah, so 3 more wins now.
3.
16.
16 will be assured.
No, nothing assured. There have been times where 16 have
also
not allowed you to qualify, but
all but assured.
I agree, 16 seems to be a safe number.
4 wins.
So to make our 2 in-house Delhi Capital fans, Delhi sit pretty on the table with a clear-cut gap now between them and Gujarat Titans. 6 games apiece, but Delhi have 10 points. The only team on the points table with 10 points with a very positive net run rate.
Can you say that again?
The only team with 10 points. 6 games. They've not even played half their games. And they're 3/4 of the way there.
It's done. RCB now we're facing next in Chinnaswamy this week itself. Then you'll need just 2 more victories in the coming.
Chinnaswamy is a sure shot win.
Chinnaswamy though you've beaten already.
No. Yeah. 27.
Now the game will be at Arun Jaitley.
You remember a comment that he will do.
That's on 27th.
Yeah. That Virat will do the same thing that KL did in Chinnaswamy.
Virat's not going to do any of that.
They have to win for that first, now to do that also.
Let's turn our attention to this particular match now.
But RR I think have gone even down. I think
behind Mumbai Indians.
They
That's the 9th position.
Yeah, so they started.
They were my wooden spoon holders. Winners.
So they started 8, and I think 2, 3. No, they still remain 8. Shivam can just go down because SRH I think, and so they remain 8th. They remain 8. So yeah, not much harm to the net run rate that ways. So RR remain where they started the match, which was.
How does it
8th
matter?
position.
Are they making it now?
They can still.
So move over.
They can still make it, although.
No, they can't make it, but they are my wooden spoon holders. So I hope they lose a couple of more.
Let's move over.
RCB made it from just 1 win in 7 matches last
Shoes
season.
are also now, I think, are almost confirmed for me.
No.
Almost.
There's still time.
I think 27th April also if we win.
How are they almost confirmed? There's only one match difference.
No, I'm saying if you win
lose
27th.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you lose one, they win one.
It's equal.
Yeah.
So
Don't hatch your eggs already.
he has a habit of doing that. Okay, let's get to things that are more important. Let's discuss the match, please. Your personal dreams and aspirations can be discussed a little later. Now let's address Delhi Capitals batting. When they got 188, most of us were under the impression that this is a below par total. What did you make of the Delhi batting effort?
Okay, I think first of all, Jake Fraser-McGurk needs to be dropped now. You need to have a different option.
No, that I have accepted that Delhi.
Yonovan Ferreira can open.
No, that I have accepted that Delhi have decided to play all their matches with 10 players. They are saying that we are so good that we will only play with 10 players, and JFM will be there
For the 4th season in a row.
No, I don't know how many seasons they've done it.
Because you were being so courteous and generous to somebody else also last couple of seasons.
No, Rajasthan also does that on many occasions. I'm not, or at least they did it for many years. This season at least, they have said they are so good, because the previous season they weren't that good also. This season they have said that they are so good that they will just take one Jake Fraser-McGurk in the team as a lucky charm. They have decided that he's not going to contribute with anything, but let's just have him in the team, because it makes no sense to any one of us, and it's not even based on IPL form. Actually, his form overall has been really below par. They have a few good players there. Why even Donovan Ferreira or whatever? They can get a Samir Rizvi in. They can push a Karun Nair to open. They can do many other things.
No, they don't need to do anything. Just Faf comes in for.
We're not sure.
I'm saying if Faf is not fit.
2 games he was out. Yeah.
I'm saying if Faf is not fit. Faf is fit, then it's done. I'm saying if he's not fit, you can do many other things. You can get a Rizvi in, Karun Nair can go on top, KL can go back to opening, he has opened, whatever. You can do many things, but you have decided no, I do not want to do any of those things. Jake Fraser-McGurk will continue. After that one season he did, he will continue.
No, I personally wasn't of the opinion of using that RTM for him. I knew that he would be founded because his technique. I know that lots of big hitters comes and they don't have that big a success ratio. Like Abhishek is one of them. I personally am a backer of such players. But with Jake Fraser-McGurk, it's very, very one-dimensional. It's not even like that he has all the shots in the book and he's trying to go after the runs. I would have stuck to him if his technically he was sound to be that big hitter. But he's not even that, because he just has this one shot.
No look shot he had to do.
No, he's trying.
Not because he tried to hit a no look shot. He had no idea where the ball was.
He has just one shot. He just
head was here, a bat is going, ball is going there.
I've never seen him, even during last year when he was scoring those runs. I did not foresee any other shot apart from this, playing with cross bat. That's all he's been doing. But now that he's in and you've already played him 7 games, now that you have played him, I know that whatever happened,
continue to play him.
Yeah, the reason for that is now that ideally you should have dropped him way earlier. He should not have even started though. But now that you have played him 7 games and the combination is a winning combination, play him at least one, take some return from him at least.
Yonovan Ferreira will at least score some runs. You can open with him. That's absolutely fine.
You don't need to change the
You just need someone who can be in a little better form than Jake Fraser-McGurk.
Right
No,
now
I'm saying as soon as Faf is fit, get him until then, let him play.
Why not a Rizvi? Why can't KL
Rizvi, because
open?
you've tried Rizvi.
Get anyone, get Donovan Ferreira. Whatever you get, they'll do more in terms of contribution. Donovan Ferreira is still an all-rounder, or he'll do good fielding. Something, yeah.
I still believe in Jake FM, to be very honest.
Because he's going to win you one of the remaining 8 matches.
Yeah,
That's why.
That's
what he said in one of the previous.
You don't extend that same courtesy to KL. He's already won you 1 or 2 games. But third game.
3 games
so then when he doesn't do anything, you blame him for losing the game.
I'm only saying he should not have been there. Now that you've wasted that one slot for so many games, till the time Faf isn't coming, let him play. You'll change the whole combination, then Faf will come, you'll change it again.
But what if there is a day, and that ways, the Sunday gone by would have been that day, or was that day where you needed one batter to step up. You cannot always permanently have one batter not step up for you. There will be occasions when you'll need somebody to step up, and these guys are all allowed to have law of averages. Well, if you're hoping for law of averages to catch up with him, and that's the biggest sample size and courtesy you're giving to anyone, then these guys who've been performing for 6 matches, they'll have a bad day as well.
The only reason to keep him as of now till Faf doesn't come for me is that I don't want to fidget with the winning combination match.
It is not, no, because it's a non-existing combination.
Again, I don't want to fidget with KL Rahul again and again, that 2 games he's opening, then 3 games he's playing in the middle order. You're winning with this combination. As soon as Faf comes back in, it's a like for like straight away without thinking if he's fit in the next game. I'm okay with Faf coming in. Right now, you just get Donovan Ferreira, open with him, and let the rest of the batting order be as it is. I'm okay with that as well. I'm not okay with the fact that KL comes and then the whole batting order for me just gets unsettled. And as of now, with this Delhi team, I think they are one of the most settled teams in that sense.
How does it make a difference if these batters are so experienced in opening sometime, batting at 3, batting at 4? How does it matter?
Then if tomorrow KL starts to fail on because occasions, everybody will be
he
saying
scored
that
runs.
Position was changed thrice.
He scored runs opening also and batting in the middle also. He's scored runs. I mean, it's better than carrying a extra burden who's not giving you anything. Yeah. Okay, anyway, you were talking about the Delhi batting overall. JFM is done. The discussion is done. He wants to keep him. God bless him and his team. None of us want to keep him. Yes. The rest of the batting.
Yeah, I think
today.
one of the major reasons why Delhi got to 188 and also won the match was Tristan Stubbs and Akshar Patel. I think their cameos were very useful, both 34 each of 18 and 14 balls. What still left me surprised in hindsight are the innings of Abhishek Porel and KL Rahul here. You would want to maybe say good things about the fact that he got to a crucial 38, Porel scored a good 49, and maybe they were the reasons why DC posted a competitive total, because in hindsight we can look at all these things, and when usually a team wins, you cover all these things, that all those flaws or all those weak areas.
No, you can point it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm coming to. All these things can get covered. But my point here is that I was very surprised with the way Abhishek Porel and KL Rahul went about their partnership in the next in the middle overs. Is there an issue? Okay. So with Abhishek Porel getting stuck, KL Rahul also finding it difficult to hit the spinners. DC have batting until 8. This total, had it been maybe 205 or 210 in place of 188, I would have been still okay with it. I personally feel that both Porel and Rahul went into a shell because the wicket was a little tough to bat on. It wasn't still very tough. They could have still gone for their shots, and that's where I think DC made a mistake that they should not make in the next few matches.
See, I tell you, I even at first count, when I was looking at it, even I found that a bit awkward. That a Rahul or a Abhishek Porel are going at that stage. But then when I saw the second innings of a Rajasthan team, now remember they also had a good start. Yashasvi, Jaiswal and all gave them good start. But there was clearly something in the pitch that made middle over batting very tough. Because even Yashasvi with a very good start then started to have a bit of a lull. And before you knew it, their required run rate had also gone over 12 without losing too many wickets. So I guess that there was a situation where at both teams it happened, you're starting at 10 and over, and then your run rate was dropping at 7, which is taking you to 12 and over. If you see, it's exactly identical in terms of your skyline and your troughs, exactly of how Delhi happened and how Rajasthan happened. So what it's telling me is that, why I'll tell you is that KL has shown you this innings that he can be aggressive. The fact that he did not bat that way, and the fact that someone like a Porel who started off aggressively, getting his first 25 of hardly any deliveries, and the remaining 25 or 24 came with runner ball, was telling me that this couldn't have been by choice. That we don't want to play aggressive cricket, but it was basically forced on them based on the conditions that were there. You see the second innings as well, and that then puts into perspective. Both had a flourish at the end when they're playing aggressive cricket, like Jurel came in and Nitish Rana did for Rajasthan. Similarly, Stubbs and Akshar did it to that extent. But middle overs proved to be the same for both teams.
I remember Porel got 23 of his first 6 balls. He hit Tushar Deshpande for 23 runs in an over.
Yeah.
And the remaining 31 balls, he got to just 26.
But that's what I'm saying. So it was that middle over stint where it wasn't just KL, even a Porel was struggling. So clearly it had something down to the condition that it happened. And my belief was even more strengthened when I saw Rajasthan do the same. See, because Rajasthan started off well and you thought this game could be done in 16 overs, 15. But then that middle phase came where even they failed to, get going. And then the required run rate reached 12. Then they had a flourish just like the flourish that Delhi had. So it actually played out quite similar.
See, if a team does not have that much batting depth, I can still understand them, going into a shell. If Rajasthan, can go into a shell, I would be okay with it because I know that they do not really have any batting depth. In case of
they did.
Yeah, today they did, but I think you still, bat until 7 at max because Vanendu Hasaranga is your number 7 batter.
No.
I fail to understand that.
No, they had an impact player. Shubham Dubey would have been the impact.
He could have come,
So you would have.
Yeah, you would.
Because you didn't need to change it. So they had Shubham Dubey at 7 and Hasaranga was a decent bat at 8. So today the batting depth wasn't that bad.
But in case of
earlier it was, I agree, but today they've rectified it.
Yeah,
they had decent batting.
That's fine. But in case of Delhi Capitals, when you're batting at 8, I still felt that there was no need to play percentage cricket at that point. You could have still gone for your shots. You know that there are other batters who can do the job for you. They've done it so far in the season. So better to go for your shots and make sure that you don't really run the risk of finishing at a total that is below par.
Maybe they saw the game yesterday, 111. Said,
but I think
let's not get all out.
In the middle overs with KL Rahul and Abhishek Porel, both of them really got into a shell, and what was even more frustrating was that they were not going for their shots, especially with the batting lineup where you have batting till Vipraj Nigam after Ashutosh Sharma. They didn't get too much of an opportunity. Neither did Ashutosh Sharma nor did Vipraj Nigam didn't even come out to bat. So in the middle overs that wasn't required because with these ground dimensions you need at least 200 runs. As far as Rajasthan Royals in the middle overs are concerned, I think Nitish Rana scored all those runs in the middle overs itself because he came.
He got it later.
He came in the 13th over.
Yeah, so he was 30 of almost same.
11th over.
Yeah, he was 30 till he was given out. He was going run a ball. It's his acceleration happened when he gets that lifeline at 30. And that's where he starts attacking. That will be around the 15th over or so.
That was in the 14.1st over.
That 15th over, no? So even Delhi's acceleration starts from there.
15 overs.
Delhi got 45
in the last 5.
In the last 4 overs.
It's not that Rajasthan, I looked at the innings. Rajasthan is exactly similar. They start off well, just as Delhi did. The middle overs, both teams struggled to be attacking. Even the same Nitish Rana, what you're saying, his first few deliveries he was struggling. He gets that life and then something changes and then the remaining thing was much better.
While Delhi also I think didn't display the best batting exhibition today, should have been something better from them. Miscalculation, I think. The acceleration that started around the 14th over and that's when you lost I think the wicket also in that very over. It was that I think of KL Rahul. I think the acceleration, because you now played about 32 deliveries and Porel had played about 35-36 deliveries. Shum, can you just have a look at the scorecard for Delhi? Yeah, so 37 deliveries for Porel and 32 for KL Rahul. If you just subtract about 4 deliveries from both batters and had that acceleration come around the 11th or the 12th over, because see, you lost a wicket in the power play in the 4th over. And you hadn't lost any wicket after that. So the consolidation job was anyway done. And, you went through if you were looking at the innings in 2 halves, you went through the, 10 over mark with about 70-80 runs on board. You got to 96 in about the 12th or the 13th over. In the 13th over, you were at 96. So that consolidation had happened already.
No, but maybe they were not playing. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe not. They weren't doing it to play a consolidation game. See, it's not about, okay, now we have to consolidate. We have wickets in hand. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's clear cut from both teams' performance that there was a phase that became difficult. So, just as you and I know that 200 was the go-to total minimum. But once you get into the middle, let's say an Abhishek Porel starts off like that. But he realizes at one point it's getting tough to bat on. Maybe it is not a pitch where I can get. And so you are down to 7 and over. And that happens, still a batter can break free and for some reason it seemed to be towards the end, and ditto thing happened. See, even for Rajasthan they didn't need to consolidate, they weren't losing too many wickets, they were flying, but then came a stage of that middle 7-8 overs where run scoring wasn't easy.
so
I'm
whatever
saying
the-
is
Delhi
the
have
batting got tough at that time,
whatever-
and not so much that they are being conservative to save themselves for
But
later.
what makes me use the word conservative is the lack of intent, and there weren't those high risk shots at all. Forget high risk, there wasn't risky shots being played at all, especially to the spinners. Maybe because what had happened against Karan Sharma on Sunday, you wanted to be a little conservative. But I felt both batters, you take out the last 4 or 5 deliveries, I think that acceleration should have happened 8 to 9 deliveries prior to when it actually happened. Because as a result, what happened?
Actually, I'm not saying that it was a planned acceleration. It's not about them delaying the acceleration. It is a situation of the game where you're finding it tough to accelerate. That's what I'm saying. You're not dictating when the acceleration is. As I said, it's happened in both teams. It's not that, see, the acceleration, why did they even need a consolidation period? Probably they didn't. In most games, you don't even need that. You need to just go 10 and over from the start.
Because the wicket wasn't allowing you to play through the line.
So that's what I'm saying. So maybe it wasn't planned, as and when they got a chance.
But with the only thing is that even if the wicket is getting a little tough, and I think even Rajasthan did the same thing, they had a runnable sort of a partnership in the middle overs where Yashasvi Jaiswal and Nitish Rana were there together. But what Delhi did was exactly the same. 6 runs were coming in the middle overs. There were just 2 overs in between where 7 runs came. Otherwise, it was 6. I feel that in a T20 game, 6 run rate is not acceptable, whatever the condition is. Even if the conditions aren't that easy to bat on in the middle overs, and you know that the dimensions still are really small. We saw that in the KKR games as well at Eden, where the wicket was tough to bat on, but still because of the dimensions, 200 were getting scored. Over here also, instead of 6, if that would have been 8 in those middle overs, you would have reached to 200.
But why is it that Rajasthan are also struggling? No, it probably wasn't easy. And not in T20 game. We've just seen a game yesterday. 111 were
the
defended.
ball was definitely...
But I don't agree, Shashwat. See, there will be overs which will not allow you to score more than 6-7 runs at times. There will. Going by that logic, no bowler will ever have an economy of 6. Are you saying that those bowlers are non-existent?
No, they
now
are.
That
I'm saying
This season itself, you've had a few games where 180 has been a winning total because it's tough to bat.
And Delhi have now done it twice. They did it against CSK as well, where you defended 183, 104, something like that, and now you defended 188. So by that logic, if you're saying 6 runs cannot be scored, then there will stop it there'll stop being a situation where you'll have bowlers with economies of 6 and 7.
But those teams end up winning, then that's the thing. Bowlers
They are
will
also
have,
winning,
bowlers will have but Rajasthan bowlers also had economies of that in between, but they didn't end up winning, right?
Your Kuldeep Yadav is the most economical bowler, and Delhi.
But it went to a super over. Both teams have kind of won.
No, but 2 points have gone.
I'm just saying, in that sense, both have, eventually the match is tied. That means they were exactly similar in the performance. The result has come in the super over.
Then Delhi should have in the middle overs scored for those 10 extra runs, right? Because Rajasthan, anyways, one of the weaker batting lineups as far as form is concerned in the middle order.
But they had their top batters playing. It's not that they were 6 down, that we can give them that leeway of lower batters away. The top batters were playing. The problem with Rajasthan has been the depth in batting. Today they've fixed that by getting a Shubham there and Hasaranga at 8. But it clearly was a tough pitch to bat on. Have a heart. So we had a poll. Sometimes recency bias takes over and everyone thinks this match that I've seen is the best. But that's not happened in our poll. Best match till now. And the match from last evening, no surprise. PBKS KKR is winning our poll handsomely with 51% of the votes for that. DC versus RR, which we have just witnessed, comes at the 2nd spot. And DC LSG, which is Harshit's favourite match of the season, comes in at the 3rd spot with 30%.
I would still go with DC versus LSG.
I picked PBKS KKR because I said it's historic. No time in the history of the IPL some team has defended 111. Those kind of last ball finishes like LSG DC, many before. But to defend 111?
Panic from KKR.
Even someone who's as bombastic as Shashwat, who will predict, he had picked the team and midway changed, because I understand. Who thought 111 would be?
I didn't even have that feeling from within.
They
like
did
I
it.
had in SRH in Punjab.
Because your feeling didn't come because of the score that was scored. The feeling would have come had they got 200.
No, but that
feeling
did
would have automatically come.
245 they had to get.
Even yesterday when I was watching the match from home, when I saw that Punjab, bowled out for 111, the only thing that crossed my mind at that time was your comment when you said that there's going to be a team during the IPL in this middle phase that is going to slip up, and it could be Punjab Kings. And that's the only comment that,
But they didn't.
I could remember. But they did. No, when KKR were 70-2, I actually switched off the TV. I thought with 30-35 or done, they are going to
So, and you are saying it's not the best game, you turned off the TV?
And then, after 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, this...
But no, one team one will have to slip up. It's either Punjab or RCB. Delhi from here looks highly unlikely.
Your team cannot slip up.
No,
Everyone else.
no,
will. You said they need to have a slump. So when are they going to have the slump?
Slump happened this is a slump only. You're coming so close, still winning. I think this really defines Delhi this time, that they won all the close games apart from one. They came really close in a game where they did not have any business to come so close. One game against Lucknow, a close affair, they won. Today again coming close and winning. So that when you do repeatedly, that just keeps your team together.
Okay, before we get down to viewer questions, a word on the man of the match, without doubt, STARC. I hope he's been given the man of the match. He has to be. The last over defends 9 runs and then just 11 runs he gives in the super over. What a Superman-like performance from this man.
He showed towards the end of last year that all the big money that KKR had signed him for, and I will go back to the auction day where I felt that the best 2 deals for Delhi was STARC and KL Rahul. In KL Rahul, that time you were looking at a captaincy option. You had a quality batter who assured you certain runs, and STARC, he showed right towards the end of the season what it is that elite players with elite mentality coming from Australia do. They may be blowing hot and cold through the season, but look what he did to SRH in those 2 matches that he had to play against them in the playoffs. This year, he has arrived, and how? There's not been any dip. He seems to have continued, and this time as well, I remember there were some questions, will he be peaking again when it comes to the crunch situation? But he's made use of the conditions today when the conditions weren't in fact helping fast bowlers a lot. He bowled with the experience that he has, went for the block hole, and just perfect execution from him, and that's what experience brings. So I'll go back. Delhi, I think that was a super move when you signed him for, I think about 11-12 CR that 11. You did him for. That was a super buy there, and you're reaping the rewards for it now.
Okay, just a word on what Akshar Patel, because we discussed that batting intent from the Delhi team. Akshar Patel spoke about it. He says that I thought we could have accelerated a bit more. We were talking to the batters during that first strategic timeout. This is the phase that we're talking where you thought that Purell and KL slowed down. He says, they told us the wicket isn't easy when you come in. So basically, he said, I asked them to keep up the intent, but we got momentum after the 12th or 13th over while batting. The ball was gripping. It wasn't easy for a new batter. The set batter was finding it slightly better. So just talking about what from the dugout they thought they should have accelerated, but when they spoke to the batters, they said it wasn't an easy pitch to bat on. So that then explains, what could have been the issue there. And the other bit that we discussed was the choice of Rajasthan Royals batters, on which STARC has spoken, and STARC has said that he was a bit surprised to see a left-hander come out and walk. He said, considering the angles that I was getting with my bowling, I was a bit surprised they sent a lefty. He thought that 2 righties would have been tougher for him to bowl to, but the fact that they sent 2 lefties, he was rather happy. But they did in a Hatmire.
So he was up for even Yashasvi in that case.
He was. He thought that with the angles that he was getting, probably righties would have been.
And the dimensions better. Of the ground in mind, maybe. All those things.
Yeah.
Yes, on STARC.
I think Akshar Patel did the right thing by preserving him for the last over. That's the only thing I'll say, because usually it happens that you would want your best bowler to bowl the penultimate over, but I think he read the situation well, Akshar Patel, and this is something that he has done consistently throughout the season so far.
But he could have still won it. No, it was a penultimate over. They ended up leaking a lot of runs in Mohit. Yeah. So maybe STARC bowled a penultimate, could have given 9.
But Mohit in last overs.
Yeah, but Akshar remembered that IPL 2023 3-day final, na?
Mohit's rhythm.
No, I think it's just a joke, but I think it was a good decision, and we really have to credit Akshar Patel for his captaincy. I think he's turning out to be an astute leader, something that DC have always needed.
No, one mistake he made. He should have taken that DRS.
Yeah, there you go.
He is the captain, take it. Don't listen to KL.
Yeah, no, but he's been a tremendous captain, and I also agree that he did give this message as well, that even if the wicket is a little slow, keep accelerating, keep on playing that brand of cricket. And I like this about this team, that they've been doing this, and Akshar Patel has stuck to it in every post-match presentation.
They didn't do it, na?
But
They didn't hear him.
he wanted.
And that's why they won.
I don't think any of the captains over there, 10 captains.
see,
no
also
one
from
will
the-
say
Ideally, you
Also-
were 10 runs short.
But
at
also from
post.
the dugout, it may look easier. And when they sent the message, the batters also didn't back out and told them that it's not easy. You come and bat. Then he came and bat and got runs.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying you were 10 runs short according to me, and I think that was the case. If you had 10 more runs, it would not have come down to this situation. You don't know, on a given day a better batting lineup would have chased this down in even quicker time, because that is how it was looking at that point of at 10 overs when they got 60-70 runs in the first 7 overs itself. So 10 runs were definitely short. But Mitchell Starc, I was a little skeptical about him during the auction, because I didn't know which Mitchell Starc will be coming, the one who bowled for KKR in the first half of the tournament last time, or the one who bowled in the second half of the IPL. The only thing I was scared
No
about.
chance second, na, because it was second, and after that he's coming. So
No. He took that rest also during the Champions Trophy. So I knew that he
for IPL.
For
so
IPL,
that
yeah.
meant he was like totally geared up.
but he's like a diesel engine. It takes him time to really, get into that rhythm, nail those Yorkers. But I think
But diesel engine, once they
yeah. So
go
that
a long
but
way.
they get warmed up,
but the
say
problem-
about
then they
Starc,
fly.
he's actually not one of those very aggressive Australians that we think of Australians to be.
Who? Mitch Starc.
Mitch Starc is actually quite a soft-hearted person
But
that
only
way.
His wife keeps pulling his leg in the
That's what
Virat
podcast.
Kohli said in one of
He's
the
actually
podcasts,
he doesn't have Australian traits that way. Aggression doesn't exist in his dictionary.
he does have those traits because he performs on big days.
No,
straight
but
away.
what he's trying to say is that
that aggression.
He's not that out and out
Pitbull
Australian,
sort of-
that brash Australian personality.
actually all their 3 fast bowlers don't. Hazelwood and Cummins as well. They're not those.
Of all, it is, I think, Cummins only, you said. That Starkey is one of, we need to push him on and all.
But even Cummins is
Yeah,
quite a cool cat.
Just
So you
imagine.
look at the Australian teams of the past, their batters, bowlers, all 3 actually. Even Hazelwood's quite a cool customer. Not like those
So, it's not that Brett Lee, Jason Gillespie, McGrath era.
Shane Warne also,
Shane
as a
Warne.
spinner also.
But I think Stark this
Big
time
runs.
big role. I would lots of credit I would go to Akshar Patel, because I keep on going and getting reminded of what Akshar Patel said at the toss one time, that the rule is very clear, that it's not important that you bowl Yorkers just in the depth overs. You can do that from ball 1, and I think that message was given to Stark very clearly. And last time when it was given to him, you know what he did against Brendan McCullum in 2015. So I think Akshar Patel, the captain, has absolutely been terrific. He's used the bowlers really well. And Mitchell Starc, I'm really happy that why I was skeptical that if he would have gotten heated up by the second half of the tournament, till then, you never know, Delhi would have not have too many chances, and then what would have we done after winning games? So this time he's ready since the first game, and the team is also really, really gelling well. So everything is fine as of now.
Yeah, I know. I'll only say one line. I mean, Mitch Starc just proved why he is what he is, a legend of the sport, which he has totally turned it on. And that's what you expect out of these foreign overseas bowlers that you pay big bucks for. I hope more of them can really, come to the IPL and then put on performances that everyone expects. I felt that probably previous season a lot of them just came for the IPL thinking it's like all fun and drama, and you go back. But now you see, like, let's say a Jofra Archer has woken up that you really need to step up. It's not that easy. It's not just some young kids playing and with the mix of a few international players, and so the level is down. They're realizing you really have to be at the top of your game. Mitch Starc took a few seasons to realize that and then be at the top of his game. You're seeing with Jofra Archer doing it now, and slowly and steadily, your big
Just in
guys.
Stubbs as well.
Yeah, big guys.
Almost
have to
a discard at the previous
batters
franchise.
still. No, it was like your big time bowlers. Like a Trent Bolt was one guy who performed at the level that you expected him. And so that, I think, for bowlers, it's
Saranga
important.
never did.
He
at
had
that
one
level.
good season.
RCB.
RCB, yeah.
And
He
he was
did.
picked for 10.75.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Okay, let's get down to some questions. It's been quite a night, I must say. Sridhar Savaikar says, how predictable was Sandeep? Why not Jofra? He has bowled a super over of a World Cup final for those who were laughing about Jofra. That is true. That is true. And that's why.
Jofra.
No, so did I. I said, because, this thing, either you win or you lose.
No learns.
No learn. But there's no point being midway here.
You're making fun of a person. His job is not to speak in English. It's to play cricket.
Yeah, he clarified that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since there
Our job is to speak in English.
Yeah.
So we are.
Yeah. His job is to play. He now speaks just.
But
in
Sridhar, I agree. I would have, as I said, not in hindsight, even at that time. Jofra, and imagine what a contest it would have been. It would have actually been Stark versus Jofra. Stark bowling one, Jofra bowling in there. Let's find out. Because at the international level, they'd be, out of the 3-4 best fast bowlers in the world.
They are away fast.
If you had to make a Fab 4, they'd be in conversation. So it would have been fun to see the two, but I guess we'd never know the answer, what would have happened. If there's another super over that Rajasthan go into in this season, I hope they bowl a Jofra Archer, and I hope, nothing against Sandeep, I love him, he's a fantastic bowler. But as I said, with limited abilities, with Jofra, peak Jofra can do anything, probably even defend 6 runs. Or he could have leaked 20. You don't know, but at least you had a shot.
He's the one who cleaned up Gill the other day, right? With that.
Yeah. In fact, today, if you saw that first delivery that he bowls in the match, it was such a test match delivery, in swinging, full pitch delivery. The batter just nearly survived the first ball that he bowls. McGurk, I think who was on strike at that time.
Anyways, is barely surviving.
So the first ball on the money, quick, right up there, swinging. Just there's a chance. Anyway, okay. Vishal Panchal says Shashwat backs Rian for RR, but not KL for DC. Jaiswal better than Rian any day. KL can finish games. The dislike for KL and love for Shreyas is very evident.
No, but it's not like I didn't back KL Rahul for the Delhi Capitals. I back him. You
have no option. No, you're a fan. So whoever
it's not about that. Also, I am
backed him when he came. You should have seen your face. Go back and see it. You were KL. No. Ashutosh should have come. KL. No.
I back him for the team. I back him.
You didn't back him.
No, I back him. But there's no dislike for KL
When
Rahul.
you got to know that Ashutosh was not the guy.
Yeah. I was scared.
Please do the replay.
No, I don't remember. That was just in the moment. I honestly, if I have to go back, I still might just send Ashutosh Sharma. You never know. Now that in hindsight you know the result, you have sent KL, that worked, but it could have gone anyway. I personally would have wanted Ashutosh Sharma. And for Rian Parag, I like the kind of player he is. I don't have a problem with his personality either. And that's why I back him. And you can have your opinion, I have mine.
Ankit Srivastav. Delhi did win today, but going forward they have to make changes. Playing with Mukesh and Jake, actually Mukesh as well. And why aren't they playing on Akash Madhwal?
Who? Rajasthan, yeah.
They also not playing him.
They're playing Tushar Deshpande.
Who's getting hammered.
He always is getting hammered in the
only under Mahi Bhai he could.
No, he was hammered there as well.
No, he did.
No, he was the most expensive bowler ever in the IPL. No.
Tushar
Deshpande. He was the most expensive
bowler. Didn't they win IPL?
They win it, but they won it with a bowler who was the most expensive in the history of IPL. That was his stat 10. I think it was something 10.75 sort of an economy.
Delhi Capitals, if I'm not
He made his debut for Delhi Capitals.
I think Mukesh is playing because Nattu is not fit.
No, but how is he not fit? He's every day they're putting his drills of fielding full throttle. He's fielding drills.
So he's fit.
Seems to be.
Then why aren't they playing?
Even I thought that he's not fit. Then I saw a couple of reels where he was fielding, he was diving and everything. Then why is not bowling?
Playing with Mukesh and JFM is like 10 runs plus 1 wicket handicap to the opponent. Good point. I said about JFM, you're playing with 10 players. Starting.
Teams are playing with 7 players also. Still 10.
Which team is playing with
There
7?
are many teams.
Name the team.
There are.
Tell them. Nah.
Chennai one of them. Chennai one of them.
Who are the 4 players that are not playing?
Rahul Tripathi, Vijay Shankar. Chalo, 2 players there. They are playing with 8. No, there are more also in the batting order. Deepak Hooda now isn't playing. Rahul Tripathi, Vijay Shankar. Just 2, chalo. They're playing with 9 players.
Venkateshwaran TV says RR should have sent Jaiswal and Nitish Rana to open. Number 3 could have been Jurel instead of Shimran. With this combo, they could have put up a better total to win the super over. Venkateshwaran, you're right. If you saw our discussion, a lot of us were of the same opinion. So I would have maybe gone with a Rayan, but I would have gone with a Jaiswal Rayan at best. But definitely not Hetmyer. But I could have also gone with a Jaiswal and Jurel. Good call.
Nitish Rana would not have been the right call. He
I would
got
have
out.
backed him. He got me the most runs.
No,
Yeah,
but that's
absolutely.
not. I don't think that
How do you
logic
deny
should.
the person
No,
who got the most runs for you?
that logic
On a
I
day-
don't think lasts in a super over according to me because
He is okay to play Jake Frickenberg who doesn't get runs. Then he can be okay with
no, but the only thing is
dropping
Nitish
the
Rana.
person who gets runs.
Would have he been able to play the ramp on a Mitchell
I
Stark on
think
that
Stark
yogurt
should
to
make for a
play
very
that?
good teacher because he's just willing to give so many grace marks.
It's not about the grace
This
mark.
is
somebody doesn't give grace marks. Somebody extra grace mark. That's what I said. Jake Frickenberg got grace marks, and this one is not getting any.
That's what
marks.
teachers can do at
Nitish
times,
Rana
na?
is
Those
getting
who they want to-
strict checking for
No,
Nitish Rana.
it's not. I don't think it's not based on the performance or anything. I'm not.
That's his gut feeling.
Yeah,
That's
not
fine.
just the gut feeling. I think more equipped to the condition. It's just that according to me. That's how super overs are designed. That's not right. It should be more evenly poised. But the only thing, and I think Rajasthan went with Sandeep Sharma also because of the same reason. Because he's a much bigger proven depth over bowlers.
See, but
as
that's
compared to
exactly the
Jofra.
thought that made them lose the game. See what Delhi did. They didn't go with any of this thought. They went with their best informed batters who are getting runs, who are in form, rather than thinking this situation may
You backed
Hetmyer,
KL
who's
simply
never
for the
got
form
runs,
and not for the
Rayan
perceived
Parag, who's
ability.
not got runs in this situation. They went with their best.
Yeah.
They went with their best bowler. They went with their best batter. Finish. Finito. Rakesh Bhushan. I'm more than confident to say now that Rayan Parag owns a few stakes in RR. RR can't think beyond Rayan Parag. Hetmyer instrumental in 2 runs. Run out. Insane running. That, by the way, is another issue with sending Hetmyer. Runouts will definitely happen. If not him, somebody else will. He's not the quickest runner between the wickets, let's be honest. They have to be mindful of that as well. The only difference is that last time Stark was the one who made 3 runouts.
Today he redeemed himself.
Today, those 3 runouts. Have you noticed Jaiswal? Who was the captain who would have taken the call? Sanju Samsung.
Yeah.
Parag. I think Parag took the call in super over.
That's why he's not sent Jaiswal. How is it that Jaiswal could not get bat to ball to begin this IPL, now got 350s?
What are you alluding?
I'm seriously. What turned around his form? What is this? How did this happen? First 3 matches just cannot get bat to
See, he
ball.
wasn't too happy with the decision that was made. That's very obvious now.
So first 3 matches, no runs. Next 4 matches, 350s.
No, but they are good friends as well. He was not
I'm
happy with the
asking you.
management.
I'm asking you. How did the turnaround in his form happen?
Happens.
Amazing.
With players. We've seen that
At
with.
that time only he moved to Goa.
But IPL team remains.
All that,
Next year he can go
So
mini
much
auction.
he's going. He's so. I don't think he's that sort of a
No,
personality.
but it's not. I don't
It
know.
is so much he wants captaincy.
It's not about captaincy. Today, why did he not send him? What's got to do with captaincy?
No, not
to
today.
send him to play.
Not today, but
Is
him
Rayan
being
Parag a
unhappy.
better batter than
Him
Jaiswal?
no, he
Then-
definitely isn't. It's not
Then
about again.
Is Hetmyer a better batter than Jaiswal?
No,
then-
nobody's at this point
So
in T20
if he's
cricket, I think there are
unhappy,
very few.
if he's unhappy that he's been
not made
underused,
the captain.
no, underutilized. It's not a captaincy. Today's got nothing to do with captaincy. Why did a Jaiswal not go? Tell me. None of the 2 batters who came out to bat are better batters than Jaiswal, or better hitters also. Please, yeah.
Agreed.
That maybe things would have been different had Sanju been there, because he would have come out to bat, and he should have.
He would have come out with Rian then.
Jaiswal, sir.
Yeah, and I told you before the super over only he's
But what
100%
logic
going
can
to-
Riyan Parag be ahead of Jaiswal in batting? Please tell me.
No, he's not ahead of him
So
in
bas
batting.
finish.
But when it came down
if
to
Sanju
super,
would have been there, Sanju, Jaiswal, best
if
combo.
Jaiswal was the first option, then why didn't he come now? He was fit.
Because Sanju was not there, na?
So,
By the way, can I tell you
Sanju?
something? There's a Mbappe goal that's been disallowed.
Okay. Well, it must be offside or something.
Yeah.
So that's fine. What's the big deal? Score a goal from offside, it'll be disallowed.
Okay, AJ has a comment. Parag as finisher, Sandeep as super over bowler. Jaiswal seems animated after Rajasthan Royals' super over batting, and Jofra is not happy as well. Dravid taking so bad calls.
I don't know
have
about
to tell you this. Arsenal just missed a penalty.
Harshit. We are in the middle of a show, and I'm more interested in what's happening in the IPL than that. Please.
Dravid taking so bad calls.
I mean, I don't know who's responsible for these calls, but whoever is, and it'll be a combined effort of the whole management and whatever. They did miss.
Nothing going right for Rajasthan Royals ever since the
Yeah,
mega
yeah.
auction.
No, but today I think it was a match for the taking for them. And some poor calls have cost them the match. Simple. Simple as that. Prani Datta. What was RR doing making Sandeep bowl bouncers in the super over? At this pace for international, he was like milk bar chocolate, aaram se maro. But Praneeth, see, to be fair, anyway, it's not RR. At the end of the day, an experienced bowler is allowed to do what he does. So it's Sandeep's call. And if you see, Sandeep has really mastered the art of these slower bouncer. It's worked for him. But as I said, those things work in the death over most of the times, where if you are defending, teams have to get a big total in those last, or if they are batting first and he's bowling, then also they are going for a big total at that time as a target. So you're trying to take a lot of chances. And when a batter is in aggressive mood, these slower bouncers really work because you mistime them and it's easy for you to get caught out. It works. But today, you know, when just 11 runs, you don't have to take that risk. You play them. And look at how well Rahul played that. The first one, he didn't try to hit it high up for a 6. He could have been caught. He tried to bring the ball down and take 2 out of that. Next one, again, he didn't try to hit it big, just clear the infield on the offside. So you use the experience to tackle those short pitch bowling. But if you're trying to whack them out of the ground, that's where you get deceived and outfoxed. So I don't think it was a bad strategy in terms of what Sandeep was doing, but because that's his strength. He does not have the pace like a Jofra to trouble you. What else can he do? He'll have to do that. He does bowl decent Yorkers, but I guess in a low total, his pace Yorkers are tough. It becomes a full toss. It's out of the ground. I'm just trying to think from his point of view. Not easy.
Rakesh Bhushan is saying that Jay Shah announcing Rohit's captaincy in T20 World Cup 2024, bypassing Agarkar. Now Rohit himself announcing his selection for England tour. Maybe he has some hotline for sure, or is Agarkar another chief selector in MSK Prasad?
Tough to say a definite answer because you really don't know what's happening inside Rakesh at the moment.
Done a dugout on that.
Check
out the multiple perspectives.
But Rakesh was there in the dugout. He did send a few questions. But yeah, we've discussed that issue at length this evening. But it does seem like right now, from all the indication, that he'd be going. I don't know what kind of an arrangement is the BCCI decision or the selectors. But you must remember the selectors still haven't had a meeting. So a lot will also depend on the fact that, you know, things may seem a certain way now. Who knows after the meeting what they look like. So, by the way, Parag wasn't happy today when the bat was being tested. His bat was failing the test. And he told the umpire,
no, but
put it properly. And then umpire kept trying 3, 4, 5th time. Then he had no option but to keep trying till it passed. And then he said, okay, now I have to go out to bat. He was under pressure, the umpire, I could see. He was.
Riyan Parag over there with umpire also.
You didn't see?
I saw.
He took the bat and the umpire put it, said, no, it's not working. He said, alright, try again. And 2, 3 times said, no. That, I have just shown this bat earlier. This has to. Then he 5th time, then it's fine. I don't know whether it was fine or not, but he said, okay, you bat.
It would be fine if it's passing the test.
If he batted, yes, with that bat,
Yeah.
sure it passed.
Huh?
Shivam is saying that it didn't really reap rewards for Rajasthan Royals. Nothing worked for them towards the end.
But he had a chance to use it again in the super over, but still didn't work.
One boundary hit.
Super over. Then you defend only one boundary.
No, everybody will troll the poor guy today. Riyan Parag. He just played for India. He's a regular now in the Indian team.
No, he's not a regular.
He's out of because of an injury. He's
Shoulder
not dropped.
injury.
He's not dropped.
Nobody is.
No,
when you
Riyan
go-
Parag. No.
No, what? No.
No, I'm saying he will be back. He will come back in the Indian team once that.
Okay, Shashwat. Let's go forward. Remember, please.
Rakesh
Shashwat
Bhushan.
has said that Riyan Parag is in the Indian team. But a man who's played 7 games in IPL has not got a 50. He's there in
Last
the
year he had such a good year.
Last year.
Only season. Apart from that, look at his performances. Underwhelming, to say the least.
KL Rahul doesn't have 3 decent games and we say he should not be there.
KL
in
Rahul
the-
at least gets
This is just
400
about
runs.
T20 cricket, and it's why I.
Ayush Badoni gets half century also. Says what's the point of this half century at 120 strike rate?
Yeah, obviously in T20 cricket, a half century at 120 strike
so
rate.
then it's better than-
to not score it because you're
So
playing
then-
those many balls.
That is a silly comment. It's better not to score. So come and keep getting out. Get 7-8 runs and you keep surviving. What is this? He has to get some runs,
But
sir.
then he'll
If
say
he has
that
to be in the
one
Indian
match
team,
you will score 250
so
runs.
you will keep getting out on 8 and you should be in the team.
No.
So
That's
because I am see my strike rate. It's better than 130. But so what if I get it out at
If you're
7?
not that
My full
consistent,
season I've had.
I'm ready to let go of so being so consistent rather than not having a good strike rate.
Okay. Rakesh Bhushan says, Sanju as a wicketkeeper standing outside 30-yard circle, was he ignorant of the law or he was trying to be oversmart in the end? Umpire had to intervene. Isn't this all a waste of crucial time? I didn't see that. Did you see that? Sorry, I missed that, Rakesh. Missed that incident. And Harshit obviously has been watching football, so he doesn't even know what the question is.
Keep track.
You can do it after the show, sir. You are in a live show. There are so many people who want to hear your wise insights. So, Manoj,
has something for you.
please take the question.
But I don't understand half of it. He says that, Nikhil, how can you be sad while living and earning in NCR?
What does that got to do?
I don't understand.
Did you like have
It
a
seems
chat
like
with
a
him?
conversation you guys were having and you told him that you're sad living here. But are you? You can clear the air.
It must be some conversation in a previous show or something. We would have spoken about either pollution or something like that. No?
Pollution?
Is
I think I'm
All
thinking.
Siddharth Vishwanathan.
No, I'm thinking we would have said something.
Or
Manoj,
is he confusing you with Siddharth?
no.
Because Siddharth is perennially unhappy being in Delhi.
No, I must have. Okay, please, Manoj, do mention it in detail, the context of your comment. No, what Manoj is trying to say that, you guys are so lucky to be in Delhi NCR. And why are you sad about
Why you
it?
sad?
I think that's his comment.
could also be
But which is the comment that we made, I can't remember.
Okay.
That I think is the
Mirage
point.
Roos says that I still feel that Delhi Capitals don't have the X factor and might not even qualify. Somehow oppositions are throwing away the games from winning positions against them.
This is what is this? This thing. No. For the X factor, there was the whole problem. Not that what is X factor. Everyone says now they don't have the X factor, and I think the only thing that they have is
Who did you call an X factor very recently? Na? Somebody you were saying.
Rishabh Pant only.
No, somebody else also.
Siraj. These are my X factor.
He is my X factor. Punjab mein some-
JFM.
No, not JFM. For me, X factor.
Shreyas.
No.
I think you were saying that.
For me, X factor are only two: Siraj and Pant. That on a day they look pathetic, and on the day they
I
look
think for
the best.
Punjab you said X factor.
Maxwell.
Priyansh Arya.
Yeah, Maxwell. I would have said.
Maxwell.
Would have said it
You're
for
right.
Because
So
he's
he's
also-
an X
Maxwell
factor.
and JFM currently fall in the same category.
No, Maxwell
He wants
is
to
way
persist with
ahead.
both of them because
So-
both of them will win
No.
1 in 8
So
matches.
you are saying X factor is nothing,
No,
while
I'm
you
saying
think Maxwell is.
Delhi have X factors. They have Faf. Faf is an X factor, I think. Akshar Patel.
Who's sitting out?
He's not been sit out. He's the vice captain of the
I
team.
think actually your X factor is Kuldeep Yadav. There's
Yeah,
also an X
Kuldeep
factor
Yadav as
in
well.
Tristan Stubbs, which people tend to forget.
Yeah,
point.
no, Kuldeep Yadav isn't an X factor because with him, consistently he'll do well in the whole IPL. By X factor, what you mean is that somebody who can win the game from unthinkable situations.
That is Kuldeep.
That is
for
an.
me. Today as well. You
Kuldeep
see the
Yadav
runs were
consistently
dried
he'll
up
do well, but dried up runs toward dried up because his wicket wasn't well. I'm not saying that nothing to take away from Kuldeep Yadav. He consistently will on a bad day he'll give me 2 wickets for 40 runs. On a good day he'll give me 3 wickets for 30 runs. So I know consistently he's contributing to the team. He's not somebody who when you 111 you have to defend. Can you 100% can he win you the game? Does he have that thing? It's not that nothing to take away. He's definitely a better bowler than all of them in T20 cricket. But it's just about that X factor is somebody who can win you games from nowhere.
I look at Kuldeep as an economical wicket-taking bowler in the middle overs. That's number one. With the bat, I think Tristan Stubbs is your X factor.
Yeah, Tristan
he
Stubbs
had a
is
strike
well.
rate of 187 last
90.
year. This year as well, he's got it somewhere around that range only. Today also gave you the impetus. So Tristan Stubbs is my X factor, and he's been playing with responsibility this year. Yeah. Something that was held against him last year. It reflects in the number of not outs that he's had.
And teams are giving away matches and points. Delhi has also given for so many years. Given free points, free wins to everybody. This time it's our turn to take it back.
Okay. Mehraj rules also. Okay. X factor Ashutosh also is mentioning. Shivam. Mehraj rules also has another comment. He's saying Hetmyer, the name no one even wants to discuss or dissect. Show me one match winning knock from him in the past 5 years or so. He is worse than Maxwell.
No,
but
he
Mehraj
is not worse than Maxwell at all. You look at the IPL 2022 season in which Rajasthan Royals reached the final when they lost to eventual champions Gujarat Titans. He did have a good season. So, and even in 2023 also, he was more than decent. So, he's not been that consistent. I can agree with that. But whether he's worse than Maxwell, I don't agree.
Plus, you have not been seeing our show. You said nobody wants to discuss it. I think we spent half an hour discussing Hetmyer only at the start of our show. Ankit Srivastav says the better lineup could very well be KL Purell, then Karun, then Donovan, Aksar, Stubbs, Ashutosh, Vipraj, Kuldeep, Stark, Mohit. Chamira you can use in the overseas slot.
And if Faf is fit, I would want KL at 4 and Faf opening with Purell. That's also fine.
That's much better.
Yeah, you can still leave out Yonavan Ferreira. That's fine.
Ankit Shrestha saying KL was right that LPW wasn't out. Grip wasn't changed. No, but in the...
Later, they showed the decision once again and it was pitching outside off.
Yeah, but how does it become pitching outside off? How does that become a thing?
He's outside off.
No, I think the impact was outside. Sorry, yeah, the impact was outside. They later showed that.
It was all 3 greens.
I'm not sure whether it was.
Yeah, I think
initially it was all 3 reds, but I think later they showed it. There was some kind of a correction. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure whether it was related to it.
There was another appeal after just a few balls after that. There the ball was missing and that review was taken by Rajasthan.
Yeah.
But that was given out as well and the batter was also Nitish Rana.
Then I have confused.
Yeah, this
that
one
was missing.
Yeah, then I have confused.
With just a couple of balls after that, he was given out. The umpire gave it out, but Rajasthan took a review and he got saved.
Okay, then I have confused.
Yeah, that was out. Mehraj rule says Rajasthan doesn't have much water but managed to bottle this. That is true. Parag, Hetmyer, Deshpande versus Sports Today team. I will back you guys any day. That's very kind of you, but we will get. Yeah, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. Anyway, how will you back one of our? We'll have to play with one player less because if Parag comes onto ground, Shashwat will be unable to hold a bat. He'll be in awe of him. Then we'll have to play with one player less. How will we compete with that?
I'm not a fanboy of Parag.
Rajesh Subramaniam is saying KL must open or bat at 3. At least 4 positions don't suit him. He must stop thinking about team and bring his best out, which will also benefit DC. We'll allow Rajesh Shashwat, our in-house KL expert, to answer this.
I totally agree. I still want to see him. Very honestly, I still want to see him bat with that high strike rate. He has done that once, but that day he played 5 deliveries. So I don't know how much am I supposed to read into that. But till now, he's done the job. He's done. He's at least... his value has been added into Delhi Capitals this time. It's not like that because of him you've lost games you could have maybe today, but he has also won you 3 games till now, so he's definitely added value. But I'm just still I'm still skeptical about what he'll do when you're chasing 250 230, chalo not 250, it's just a little too much. 230, 220, 230, and what he'll do on bigger occasions. Because today, I personally felt he did not go for his shots, and that is something that was frustrating.
No, neither
and
did
even
Purell.
more, neither did Purell. Purell though has
But they
always been
mentioned
like this.
no,
He
it's
starts
tough.
quick. He starts quick. Purell always, it's been the case. That's why I don't want him to open. He always starts quick, but later on just continues to get slower and slower. That's why Purell though anyways. But with KL Rahul, I just still want to see before I actually comment. But he's won 3 games out of the 6 that you have won, 5 you have won till now. So that's absolutely terrific.
Benji says, can
Tristan
Tristan Stubbs as a batter build an IPL legacy
I
like
think he
ABD?
can. Yeah. Second good season in a row.
But he's not.
Clearly underutilized.
He's
at
not
Mumbai
that
Indians.
360 yet.
No, but that's fine. He doesn't need to be that Mr. 360. He still
See, if
has
you're-
all the shots in his book.
If you're looking at somebody and you're putting them alongside ABD, why does only Surya then make it to the list? Because of his 360 ability. Yes, he's a very good dasher, but if I'm talking
ABD is pushing
ABD,
it.
I am talking somebody who can actually hit behind the keeper, who can actually lift the ball anywhere.
But why do you need to do that when you can hit over the
No,
bowler?
plus also ABD was an outstanding ODI and Test player too. So, I mean,
But he's talking just IPL.
Yeah, but I
Tristan
mean, it
Stubbs
comes
is
with that
with the-
whole
with the-
thing, no? Because he's an all-format player who's doing well in all formats. It's a very big name. to
As
consider.
of now, it's very so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Shivam is a big fan. So
He's
nobody-
10 years to reach that level.
Maybe 5 years down the line, who knows? We'll have that conversation.
One
Right
of the
now,
best PTCs
looks
ever
very
done in
tough.
sporting history is to be that Nasir Hussain one for AB de Villiers.
No, I can't remember.
I'll play that up after we're done. But he says, you know, if you can represent your team, if you can represent your nation in football, if you can play, if you're a half golfer, if you're a half tennis player, if you're all of that packaged together, then you're the best player. And for that, your name has to be AB de Villiers. And there he walks out. It's a beautiful PTC. Beautiful PTC.
Okay, AJ says Parag can only deliver controversial statements and not performance as per requirement. After 75 IPL matches, he averages 25. His point. You've thrown stats at us. I hope they are correct. And if it is, then yeah.
I also want to see strike rate though. With that.
What's the point with that? Now,
Yeah,
I keep scoring 10 runs every match and my strike rate is 200. I have to get runs to...
It's right.
And strike rate is also not that impressive though.
No, but even if it was, get me runs, no first. He's there. If you're a sub 20 average player and then you're saying my strike rate is that, what am I going to do with that? I need runs also, na? That way, Jake Fraser McGurk's strike rate will be okay, I guess. It's only he's not getting runs. Then we should not have a problem. Continue with him. Full season. Strike rate is good, sir. He scores 6 runs at 200 strike rate every match. So let's play him. Dex says bold prediction. Tristan to score 100 in the WTC final.
Possible. He is a sure shot starter in South Africa's Test 11 now. Bats at number 3.
Ah, come on.
Against STARC and company.
I would want South Africa to win an IPL.
Surprising that
I really
Tristan
hope that
Stubbs hasn't
happens.
asked Stark as of now to bowl with the Duke's ball. We've seen that before.
And certain Indian cricketer doing it.
Yeah. But he was denied.
Same thing will happen, yeah.
But how can you... Okay, that's a top discussion we should have off camera.
New Trafford says controversial penalty to Arsenal and Saka misses. Thank you, New Trafford. Yes, we're keeping a track of that Champions League encounter. Shubham Gar says Rohit has played more super overs for India than Hardik Dhoni, etc. So why India does not send finisher in super overs? Huh?
I agree. They should, ideally. They
Not
should,
send Rohit.
ideally. Yeah.
If you have Rohit Sharma in your team,
No,
I will
Rohit-
not send him for a
No,
super
but over
over.
here also, again, the
I'm
point...
just asking, forget this.
No,
comment.
I'll send Rohit Sharma.
Because you just said no
but
send.
No, Rohit Sharma. You should send a finisher with Rohit Sharma. We have seen, I don't remember, it
But
was Shivam
Sharma, I'm
Dubey.
talking about Jaiswal comparison.
Jaiswal, I never said that Jaiswal should not be coming. This because
Between
I want
Parag
Parag
and
to...
Jaiswal, you pick Parag.
No, I picked Jaiswal only between the two of them. No, yeah, Parag. But in place of Hetmeyer and Jaiswal, I picked Jaiswal.
Okay, you forget what. If you have Rohit Sharma in your team and he does not come in super over, we'll send a finisher.
When did
Shubham.
we miss a super chat?
Shubham Garg says that Rohit has
We've
played.
taken this.
Yeah.
We
Ha,
just took
we
this,
just
yeah.
took that. Okay.
When did
so,
we miss a super
No,
chat?
Oh,
we've
that's
just
fine.
taken, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I
just
know
started
that.
with
That's why I'm
super
not
chats.
taking it. So, okay. On that note, thank you very much. It's been a. Oh, we have the Shivam Giri. Let's dive straight into the. Okay, Manoj said, "My meaning is Nikhil, you are sad on Delhi win while living and earning it." Arey bhai, I am not sad or happy at anybody's win because I do not support any team. I do not. The same thing I get from Chennai fans. Chennai won, you are not happy. Delhi is won. I'm not happy at any team winning or sad at any team losing. Doesn't matter where I stay. I need to have a feeling to support the team. No?
That is true.
I feel nothing for any IPL team. I see it as pure cricket and I look at it as an analyst. I enjoy watching a game and enjoy watching good performances. That's not to say that I don't watch IPL. Even when I'm off from work, I'm watching IPL because I enjoy watching cricket. Chalo bhai, Shivam, you should also know what you are supposed to take. Now, don't waste time, please. It is 1:10 at night. Okay. KL Rahul was zen level calm while keeping and batting in the super over.
That's true. He didn't shell the ball that was thrown at him last ball.
He did. Stark to Jaiswal, running too slow. Ah, that is a good one. Shots fired. After he said you're too slow, man. Nailing Yorker after Yorker under pressure. This is from the
Breaking
series
Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yes. बाकी सब तो उड़ गया बस आपका एटीट्यूड रह गया शाश्वत what do you have to say about it? I think this is mean.
He doesn't care though.
अच्छा.
It doesn't bother him.
Shivam is saying that's why it's a meme because it's mean.
It doesn't bother him.
I'm not talking about him. Yes. I'm saying in general, our opinion. How RR's management sees Hetmeyer, how Hetmeyer sees himself. That's true. One sees him as Pollard, the other sees him as he sees himself as Nicholas Pooran. And I hope you're not going to say he's a combination of Pollard and Nicholas Pooran. By the way, Pollard, you saw in the nets hitting big sixes,
Yes.
Is he going to?
He still plays other T20
Yeah,
leagues.
Canada and here and there he plays.
IL T20, SA20 also.
But he can't come, na?
Now he can't.
He's now a
He can come in as a
batting
no,
coach.
he can't because he's not even in the auction list.
He
now.
wasn't registered, na? Otherwise, side strain and he could have come.
Yeah.
But
But then
because
you
he was
can't have
not
him
in
in
the
your
auction
management.
list.
Then you can't have him in your management if he would have been in the auction list.
No, you can bring a player from the management to play so that till such time that he was part of the auction list, which he was not. Which is not. So there's only one way to get out on a free hit, and that's a run. Actually, that was a free hit. And now that I come to think of it, since that was not a wide, he missed a free hit. And you want him as the first choice person to play super over. Missed a free hit. Unpardonable. Okay. What is this? एक month के बाद IPL थोड़ा boring होगा तो लोग PSL देखेंगे. जब से PSL चालू हुआ तभी से matches interesting होने लगे हैं. Notice किया?
True.
That's an interesting one actually.
It's true as well.
I didn't think of it. Bro accidentally activated Perth mode in Delhi. He was on fire. Bro hit that 6 like he's tired of working overtime tonight. That is true. Stubbs is like, yeah, what is the fuss here? Tuck. Let's go.
I play him a couple of more deliveries.
Finish it off. Net run rate will.
No, super over won't count.
I know, just joking. Okay, thank you very much for your company. It's been a long night. You guys all take care. See you tomorrow. It's another day, another game. And your one-stop destination, Sports Today. Do check out all the other videos that we've done. From Shashwat, Siddharth, Harshit and I, you guys take care. Bye-bye, good night, Nandri, Vanakam, Shubh Ratri, Shabak Khair.
Eat your